the open man.
And stolen by Iverson. Drives to the hoop, and Iverson throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
To the wing on the left. Here's Rice. Iverson against Kobe. Fires the three. They get it back. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Iverson against Bryant. Pass to Lever. Love with the screen for Lever. Plays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Iverson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And, Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Now, here's Lever. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Outside Bryant. Inside, here's Jokic. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Hardaway passes to Rice. Nice move, and he lays it up and in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Lever kicks to Kobe. And here's Love from the arc. A fresh 14 for Orlando.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Pass to O'Neal. Iverson against Lever. Now here's Iverson. Defense right on him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. And Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Magic. Second free throw, no good. Last season, Clark, the Timberwolves snapped a 3-year playoff drought.
An important milestone for this squad, Kevin. I mean, it shows they're ready to compete in the postseason. That's huge and speaks to just how far this team has come.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Love. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by O'Neal. Here's Jokic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Tell you what, with Jokic, you've got to foul him harder than that. This big fella takes pride in finishing through the defense.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And back in 2021, Nikola Jokic became the lowest drafted player to ever win the MVP. The 41st pick of the draft, the first second-round pick to win the award.
Now here's Anderson. 9 points last game. Out to the right wing. Kobe against Iverson. Here's Kobe. The shot comes out, and it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. And from second rounder to MVP, Greg, Nikola Jokic. What a story.
Amazing, Kevin. And, you know, one thing the Joker did to transform his game, dedicate himself to his conditioning. Jokic is in much better shape now than when he first entered the league.
And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Paul George is checked in for Nance. Iverson passes to O'Neal. And he uses the glass on the layup.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And Orlando making a change here. Wallace is checked in.
Second team foul. Coming on you for your Magic, Ben Wallace.
And George kicks to Love. Shoots the three. Drills the three-pointer.
Love's three-point shooting ability helps draw big men away from the hoop, and that's really valuable to this offense.
Outside Hardaway. Passes it to Iverson. Takes it off the glass. Iverson's got 7 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And here's Love from the arc. Minnesota with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago. And it's a bit of a head-scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year.
Well, if you only looked at talent alone, you would have thought they would have avoided a sweep, but that wasn't the case, was it?
Anderson finds George, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
That last three must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
Now here's Iverson. This game an incredible scoring display for him. Rice passes to Gilmore. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Ellis is checked in for Orlando.
Coming on to the floor for your Magic, Dale Ellis.
Anderson against Hardaway. Right wing, 6 on the shot clock. They get it again. Gilmore. An easy 2 points on the layup. Gilmore's got his third basket of the night.
Yeah, and sometimes he comes off as maybe being laid back, but Gilmore is a fierce competitor in the post, and it comes out in his rebounding more than anywhere else.
Now, here is George. Boy, he just disappeared against Charlotte, and they really needed him. Ellis kicks to Love. A three-pointer, no good.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Iverson dishes to Hardaway. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 13.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Let's get up and make the noise. It's your 407.
To see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Magic. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they're just so locked in right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. I know it's still early in the season, but they may turn out to be the team to beat.
From deep, George. And it's Shaq with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 13. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
There's 1:38 left here in the first quarter. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Now here's Anderson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside, George. Back to Anderson. Shot to stop the run. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
George's all-around game is very impressive. His passing has really grown. He's able to whip passes over to open teammates right on time and on target now.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. .107 left to play in the first quarter. Love kicks to George. Love with the screen for George. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, you really have to like how George uses his body effectively down low there. I mean, the defense pretty much has no choice but to foul him in that situation.
And he sinks the second.
And the Magic right now, missing that franchise player, might have one of their young talents develop into that, but currently they lack that star.
Now here's Iverson. 7 points in the game. Basket count.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here is Love. It's a 14-point game. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against one mate.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Well, Orlando shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. And here's Iverson outside. The rebound by Anderson. And Orlando has possession. They trail by 14. And here's Ellis for 3. Love. The kick out to Anderson. Love with the screen on Hardaway. Anderson's shot is off. And so it's Minnesota sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Magic Youth Dance Team.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Minnesota.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And another key for them tonight, attacking the basket. Taking it right to the hoop, never a bad idea.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Let's take a look at the numbers for him. Minnesota calls timeout. We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Magic. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place.
And seeing where the Magic are, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Hardaway is out there with Iverson. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal, and it's Gilmore in at the four-man position. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. The Timberwolves second.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
There's the pass to Nance. Back to Lever. Jokic sets the screen for Lever. Pass to Jokic. Fires it up. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Jokic has got 5.
You know, when Jokic is this well positioned, he's deadly, making the catch and shoot look seamless.
Iverson against Bryant. O'Neal is screen on Bryant. Iverson passes to O'Neal, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Orlando has a very young roster. Coach Jamal Mosley says, one thing I've said to them is dominate the simple. The more we can keep it simple, the better we'll be. Not overthinking things, just playing off instincts and reaction. Kevin, back to you.
Good place to start. Makes a lot of sense. David, thanks. The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gilmore's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. A crossover, and Iverson with the layup. Iverson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Jokic sets the screen for George. No good with the wing jumper.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Magic. It's an 18-point game. And here's Jokic. He's got 5. Hey, Clark, one stat where Jokic is consistently dominant, of course, is rebounding.
Well, he does everything well, but you're right. Season after season, game after game, Kevin, he is eating that glass. He stays near the top of that particular statistic. And he knows games are won and lost on the boards, and he wants to be able to contribute in that way. But he is a brilliant, brilliant player, not just a rebounder.
From deep, George. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor. The drive by Iverson. And Iverson throws it down.
Check out Iverson getting tricky with the ball, using his handles to slip by the defender.
And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Paul George. He's getting around 16 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Jokic sets the screen for George. Buries it from three-point range. George has got 7 points.
Able to stretch the floor with his shooting. Paul George takes great pride in knocking down those triples.
Knocks it loose. Minnesota leading by 17. And there's the call on Fat Lever. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
Boy, and that'll give him a nice injection. Nothing like a rejection to get a team fired up.
Here's O'Neal. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, I tell you what, you look at the youth of the Magic and the talent they have all throughout the roster. I think it's just a matter of time and seasoning before this team takes a really big jump forward.
And you know, Clark, the Magic have collected their young talent in a number of ways.
Yeah, I like the diversity of accumulation, if you will. They've traded for some. They've drafted most. They know when their timeline is. The Magic, I think, have done a really good job with their rebuild.
Jokic a screen. Here's George, and the layup falls. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
George doing a nice job driving with physicality there, seeking out that contact.
Hardaway kicks to Rice. Hardaway up top. He's covered by Lever. Here's O'Neal, and the Timberwolves call timing. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And they also show up top 5 in terms of fewest turnovers per game. That's a great stat to be in the top tier in.
And you have to like that assist ranking. They've been able to keep everyone involved in the offense because of how well they share the ball. The Magic trail by 16. Tries the spin move on the wing. Bryant over Iverson, and there's Bryant. That's good on the assist by Jokic. Kobe's got his first points of the night.
Another high IQ pass by Jokic. I mean, he knows all eyes are on him, and so he gives it up to a ready shooter. That's just good basketball.
Hardaway for 3. Hands it from downtown. Hardaway has got 8.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Orlando making some changes. Wallace comes in for Jokic. And Kevin Love is subbed in for George. Lever, the pass to Love. That shot, no good. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Here's Lever. Kicks it out to Love. That's in there. Lever with the assist. Love's got his second basket of the game.
And there are many big men who've been more comfortable on a catch-and-shoot jumper than Love. He's very polished in that situation.
We know a lot of teams using former NBA officials now working as consultants to teach their players how the refs see the game. Just always looking for that edge.
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's a great idea because philosophically sometimes as the rules evolve, players got to learn how to evolve with them. So not getting the calls you might expect, also how you communicate with officials. I think all of that stuff plays a big role in just furthering that dynamic between the officials and the players.
Anderson dishes to Ellis.
Picking up his second foul here. Has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And here's Anderson from the arc. Rebound, Minnesota. Shaq's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Iverson, and Iverson throws it down.
Iverson can score with the best of them. I tell you what, a volume shooter. He does not lack confidence and lets it fly from anywhere and everywhere.
Ellis outside, lets it go with the 3. And it's Rice with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And Anderson kicks to Ellis. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ellis has got his first 3 points of the game.
And Ellis is really a remarkably consistent shooter from deep. Nice, efficient stroke. Doesn't get any better than watching him fire from outside.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Ellis can't get it to go. Minnesota leading by 21. Hardaway passes to Iverson. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throw. With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the top rebounding teams in the NBA this season. The Timberwolves, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
You can really tell Iverson approaches the game with a single-minded focus. Can be intimidating trying to defend a guy with his level of skill and determination.
Here's Love. Gilmore grabs the miss. Gilmore's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Iverson kicks to Rice. Misses off the left iron. And it's Anderson with the ball for Orlando. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Live by the 3, die by the 3. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
And, you know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th first-round exit.
I don't think the Timberwolves, Greg, plan on letting their playoff statistics discourage them at all.
And that's kind of the beauty of this squad. They're out to make new franchise history, not focusing on the past. Just keep evolving as a team.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Yep, that one goes in there. Anderson's got 7 points in the game.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Iverson. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Anderson passes to Wallace. It's blocked by Shaq.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
It's Anderson with the drive. That's in there. Love with the assist. 9 points in the game so far.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Shaq.
And for all the things Anderson does well, it's his ball handling that's the most incredible. He honed those skills growing up as a playground legend in New York City.
Both free throws good from Anderson.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Hardaway dishes to O'Neal. And the Timberwolves call time here.
Hey, they've just committed too many fouls. While you don't want to give up easy shots, you also don't want to give away points by fouling. It's been a nonstop parade to the foul line.
Long range from the inbound, and no good on the last-second attempt this time. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead.
They've been running away with this game, pushing the pace. They're steamrolling those guys.
They say speed kills. I don't know if it beats size, but hey, keep running, fellas.
Changing things up now, let's take a glance at the upcoming schedule.
They've got a rough stretch of road.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Allen Iverson.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Give a big round of applause. It's your 407-10 speed.
And with the break,